Hey folks, today I'm in the southern district of Shenandoah National Park and we are going to hike. I'm actually parked at Madison Run, the Madison Run parking area, and we're going to head into the park now. It is early April, actually it's mid-April, it's April 14th, and it's a beautiful day, 75 degrees this morning. Lots of parking back there. We are walking along the fire road with Madison Run on our flank. Just about a mile in from the parking lot, we have come to the trail that will lead us to Austin Mountain. The Austin Mountain Trail. We are now following the Blue Blazes. I believe that is Furnace Mountain. At about 1.75 miles, we are traversing the largest talus field we've kind of come across so far. Still relatively easygoing, although this trail is all up. 2.3 miles in, we've made it to the ridge. The map shows a trail that goes to the summit. Unfortunately, I do not see that, so it looks like we'll be making another little bushwhack. And then after that, we're gonna go across the ridge over to that peak, which is Lewis Mountain. I looked for the remnants of a trail for a minute or two, and then I decided just go back up to the ridge and push straight up towards the summit. So fairly steep off the ridge, but then it evens out a little bit. The bushwhack, at least in mid-April, pretty easy. I attribute that somewhat to a lot of the thorns haven't grown in yet, so we're still making our way. All right, I believe this Karen-esque monument back here indicates the highest point. I don't see a higher point. Nope, I think we're good. So that's Austin Mountain. Now let's see if we can fight our way across the valley to Lewis Mountain. That'll be 100% bushwhack. Oh, by the way, coming up this ridge, it does seem as though there's an intermittent trail that you can follow, but the ridge is pretty easy to navigate. So yeah, moving on. I forgot to mention we're about 2.6 miles from the car. We are 1 hour and 45 minutes in, and we have traveled 2.85 miles. Now we're gonna start our major bushwhack to that mountain. Little guy. Friendly enough. All right, we've reached the lowest point. I don't know what this creek is called, but it is, we've been on the trail for 2 hours and 5 minutes, covering 3 miles and 3.25 miles. So this looks like it's gonna be a bear, if I'm perfectly honest. Although I feel we're making pretty good progress. I assure you it is not quick progress. That's where we came from, by the way. That's the Austin Mountain Ridge up there we dropped down from. I almost stepped on this lizard. looks like we have a decision here. You can keep pumping up through the woods here, or it looks like there's a rock field that also heads in the same direction. I think I saw it from atop Austin Ridge, and it looked like it went maybe a quarter of the way up, so I might give it a shot for a while, and if it's easier, then maybe we can make up some time. Otherwise, it's back to the grind. The problem is that these rocks got small and now they all seem to move when you touch them, which is not good for climbing on. But it looks like we've just about come to the end of the rock section, so time for normal bushwhack. Feeling tired. On the ridge. Here we are. All right, so we've made it to the highest point. Might be back here to the, oh, what is that? South on the ridge. Or right here where somebody has stacked a couple stones. It has officially been 3 hours and about 5 minutes. We have traveled 3.55 miles from the car. And I think I'm gonna have a drink and turn around and hightail it out of here. I was thinking about going back down this ridge and then catching the trail that loops around back onto Austin Mountain, but I think it'll just be faster and more difficult to go the way I came. Yeah, another thing about this is this wasn't initially the way I planned to get this peak. To that side, somewhere there is a mountain called Lewis Peak, and the Park Service shows a trail that leads down to the park border. Now, I tried to access that this morning, and it was blocked off and said, you know, no trespassing on the road that would lead me to where I suspect a parking lot of the trailhead would be. So that didn't work out, but this did. I'm trying to stick to the trail. Well, I'm trying to stick to the path that I took up as best as I can. I remember this rock back here and this wonderful view. But as I was coming down, I could feel something weird on my foot, and I looked down to find that my sole has almost completely separated. I've known for a while that these boots have needed to be replaced, but I never suspected that the sole would absolutely just detach like this. I hope I can make it back to the car. Oh well, push on. Back in the valley, just came down from Lewis Mountain. We have been on the move for 3 hours and 40 minutes, covering 3.95 miles. This is called Deep Run. I looked it up. Another development, not only is my left shoe falling apart, but my right shoe is also falling apart. I had made a I'd say I fixed them, but I obviously didn't. Done a little repair on them before I took them to Kilimanjaro because I wanted these for summit day because they're just much warmer than my trail runners. But apparently I do poor work on repairing boots, so I think this might be their last day out on the boot killer bushwhack. All right, so now we have one more steep incline, and then I can go change my shoes. Back on the Austin Mountain Trail. We've been moving for 4 hours and 20 minutes. I've gone 4.33 miles. And now we're heading back to the parking lot. Boot status, things aren't looking good. Not good. I'm taking bets how many people think they're gonna make it back to the parking lot. Quick little sucker. Boot still hanging in there by a thread. So the boots made it back in one piece, kinda. Looks terrible, and looks even worse than the other. So if you had your money on one piece, yes, kinda, and maybe not. Well, that was my experience on Austin and Lewis Mountains. Was 5 hours and 20 minutes round trip, 6.63 miles, and I'm fairly certain there has to be an easier way. Unfortunately, I did what I did, so you know, if you know of a better way, please put it in the comment below. Other than that, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.